Who am I talking with?
So I'm Puneet Tiwari, CEO and co-founder of Evichat.
And what does Evichat do?
Evichat helps attorneys collect evidence from their clients' mobile devices and internet cloud accounts.
So it's not collecting the evidence via mobile devices, it's collecting the evidence that's on the mobile device.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
You guys are located where?
We're in Toronto, Canada.
What gave you the idea to do this? I mean, you weren't walking down the street in a coffee shop and saying, I gotta be able to collect evidence off mobile devices to lawyers.
No, you're absolutely right, Kevin. So as an attorney, I found almost all my clients were sending me screenshots of conversations, whether it was their spouse harassing them or their employer harassing them, and I was just overwhelmed.
So these were text conversations, they're taking you screenshots.
That's right.
One after another of these long conversations.
Exactly. Well, they're supposed to be one after another, but I couldn't tell what order they're supposed to be in. And so I was pulling out my hair, and I got together with my co-founder, who happens to be my cousin, and he said, you know what, I could build something that fixes this, and here we are.
That's off the wall. How long ago was that?
That was about a year and a half ago.
And what type of work were you doing as a lawyer?
So I was working at a small general practice firm, so a lot of real estate law, but a lot of litigation as well, employment litigation, family litigation, and general civil and commercial work.
How long had you been practicing?
About 3 years.
Okay. How did you enjoy the practice of law?
You know what? I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
There's a special feeling you get with, when you help a client out and they shake your hand and thank you and they don't mind paying you for it.
Right.
It was very enjoyable.
So, I mean, you weren't sitting there, you're 18 months, 2 years going, I can't wait till I start a legal tech company.
No,
you thought you were going to just practice law forever.
Absolutely, yeah. And it just came to me, and I was tired of complaining to myself.
And you're saying was it your cousin?
That's right.
So, how did your cousin know that you had this issue? Were you complaining about it? Have you ever heard it?
That's exactly right. I was complaining about it, and if he knew any method to collect them, I was actually looking for a solution I could buy. I was willing to pay a monthly fee to have this done, and he couldn't believe it doesn't exist already.
And what was this? What did you expect the solution to do that you were going to go out and buy that you couldn't find?
Just exactly that. Collect text message conversations from a cell phone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And as I talk to founders, it's always from, I had this problem and I couldn't believe this didn't exist.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah.
So how did you guys get started? What did you do?
Well, after we decided that we're going to try and solve this problem, my co-founder, he's an engineer from the University of Waterloo, which is Canada's MIT, right? So he has a lot of startup experience. So he sat me down and asked me, hey, so what do you envision? What does it look like in your head?
What would it do?
Yeah, what would it do? How would it work? So I just, gave him some verbal diarrhea, and next thing you know, he's come up with sort of screenshots on a piece of paper of how it might work. And then we worked on those kind of paper wireframes until we were happy with the solution, and then we got to building it.
Yeah, normally I'm not getting into details, but I am interested in this. So what does a person do then? So the lawyer's working with the client.
Yeah.
And does the client then have to put something onto their phone that captures information so it can go on to the lawyer? How does that flow work?
Yeah, so sort of like that. Yeah. So a client walks into your office.
Sort of.
Yeah, and is telling you they want to send you their screenshots. The lawyer simply sends them an invite to download the Evichat app on their phone. They download it on their phone, select the platform, contact, and message thread, and hit send.
So you're in Toronto, big city. The only people that know about Evichat are you and your co-founder.
Yeah.
How do people find out about it?
Great. So honestly, our number one source is people on Google searching how to collect text messages from your clients, and they land on our website.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what really showed us that we have something here.
Have something.
Because we put up a splash page way before we had a product, and people were emailing us, is this ready? Can I use this?
When did you stop practicing law and go full-time with Evichat, assuming you are?
Yeah, so I about March 2017.
Okay.
That's when, things with Evichat took over and my law practice was suffering, and so I made the switch full-time.
So you can only be married to one spouse.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was there a period of time where you had to really bootstrap to get by? You know, so now you went from having a paycheck as a lawyer, it can go up and down or cyclical, but you got a paycheck. So now you're in a company that there's no guarantee of anything.
Right. So you know what? That was one of the toughest things because we bootstrapped this whole thing.
Right.
So we didn't go after venture funding or anything like that. We built this ourselves, and we did get some family and friends funding, right? But everything else has been organic and bootstrapped.
How'd you get by? I mean, just living.
Well, my wife is a lawyer.
Okay.
So she's definitely helping with that.
So you have to have a spouse that's willing to do this crazy thing.
For sure. And you know what? It's a risk. There was a period of time where, you know what, my co-founder was living on his friend's couches, but things came together. And if you believe in yourself, you got to take those risks and jump in the pool head first.
What was it? I mean, you feel like, you know, you've got some momentum now and everything. Was there a low point where you can remember almost vividly, like, oh my God, is this really going to work, or am I going to survive?
Yeah, you know what? There's always those low points, but you have to sort of will yourself out of them. You know, just the other day, a client gave us all this feedback. You know, here's 10 things I hate about Evichat, and I felt, oh man, we what have we done? You know. And then I emailed him back saying, okay, well, would you use it on another file? He said, absolutely, I'm going to use it on every file like this I have because it's the best thing out there. Yeah. So even though you know, he gave us all this feedback that I thought was negative, it's actually just a way to make our product better.
Yeah, because you open those up and you're going, oh my God, what if everybody feels like this and all of our clients leave? What if all of them leave right away? Nobody's going to use this again.
Exactly.
When was the point in time where you said, this is going to work? I mean, because there was that period of time where you guys started mapping out, now you build it, you got some people you're delivering. Yeah. You don't know for sure, but when was it that you thought, this is going to fly?
Well, so after our first iteration and our first handful of clients, we got a ton of feedback. We tried to implement those immediately, and then our next round of clients said, how did you think of this? This is great. So talking to our clients and then giving us feedback, and then always telling us, yes, we need this, we want to use this. That's what really showed us, hey, it's going to work.
It's the feedback from the clients that were vested.
Yeah. And that's with any startup. You know, you have to look to your clients, your potential clients. They shape your product.
It's so true because they've already invested in your company. They're paying you.
Exactly.
And you just have to listen.
That's exactly right.
People will try to make the product perfect before they launch it. And I said, well, you don't know what people want yet.
Exactly.
Until people are paying. And they have to pay. It can't be free. Because once they pay, their input really matters.
Absolutely. And I will proudly say we've never had a free client. They've all paid.
That's great. If you were sitting on a panel and there's a number of legal tech founders and people in the audience wanted to hear what the number one thing is that you would tell them, what would it be?
An audience of lawyers?
Yeah, it could be anybody. It could be lawyers. What if the people were here, Jack, you know, was up on the stage with a room of 1,500 people, and you have a lot of people in the audience thinking, I'd love to start something too. I've heard all these cool companies. What would you tell them?
And you know what? Ideas are a dime a dozen. Execution is everything. So start today. Put up a website, draw out a wireframe, and talk to people. And if you really want to do something, jump in.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
You bet.